Last time I decided to skip what Karth has to say about what Malak and the Sith is, and even though me and my character should know that, some of my audience might just not. So Sith are generally the evil force in the Star Wars universe, they're the bad guys here, and Malak is the boss of them right now. Malak is the Dark Jedi, who's very evil, and the rest of the hierarchy, the Sith Empire and the Sith Army, are the space Nazis, essentially. So that's how it looks like, in case you were wondering. But what I also want to direct your attention to is, if you go back to the previous episode where our character was tossing and turning essentially on a bed in his coma, having those visions and all, if you look at those shots and if you look at this bed and this floor, you will notice that it wasn't the same place. He was having a coma visions and tossing and turning on a bed in a different place, and we'll get to see what that place is eventually too. So also, to get this out of the way, also I just might have wasted my feet on blaster rifles, and I might have actually benefited from using the feet that do me better with the skills, actually, that influence skills. I ended up not doing that. Last time on Ender Spire we picked up a battery, which is an upgrade item for melee weapons, and it gives us 1 physical bonus damage, so we might as well put it in there and hope someone will show up to use it. Otherwise we're gonna get out of the apartment finally and look around the world, what's going on. Karth is a guy who's gonna be using blasters, but I don't have access to his stats panel just yet, so we're gonna have to see how the story progresses before I get to decide what he's gonna be doing. Every time you leave the apartment, you must select which party members you wish to take. Since this is the first time you are leaving, you will have to take Karth. Also, he's the only selection for you available, so you'll have to take Karth. Alright, he's already at it, so let's go. Let's see what's going on in my favorite video game, or computer game.
Right, you alien scum. Everybody get up against the wall. This is a ray.
Don't talk back.
That's how we Sith deal with smart-mouth aliens. Now the rest of you, get up against the wall before I lose my temper again. What's this? Humans hiding out with aliens? They're Republic fugitives! Attack!
Well, great. So first off, we weren't supposed to be looked for. Second off, this is Upper Taris, which we will learn about later. Which means that Upper Taris is the best place to be, meaning meaning the best place especially under Sith occupation is where only humans are allowed to hang out. So it's not that it's us humans who hide with aliens, it's that us humans are being bothered by the aliens around here, actually. He's dead. Oh no, attack this droid, that's what I want. Like I said before, maximize damage on one dude so you can eliminate it well. That went well enough. And I'm getting a new level. Also, I didn't ask. What you should have done was just stay quiet or leave instead of striking conversations with us. You don't know us, you don't know what we're gonna do. Maybe we want to extort you too. Stay out of my way or I'll kill you too. Or I'm just glad I could help. Well, I'm not. They pretty much turned on to me turned to me and started threatening me, so I'm not kind taking that. But to avoid outright being aggressive to him or being overly friendly, we're just gonna go with questions. When someone comes searching for this patrol, very well.
Yes.
So one other thing before, well, since we still have time, I remember there's a way to pretty much cheat in more levels with in-game glitches instead of just console commands and outright cheating. So here's a chance for you to interact a little bit with this. What would you rather have me do? Just cheat it in? Use some glitches to get myself an edge and maybe level up or get the experience to level up for the future so the game is easier later on, or maybe even right away? Or would you rather I continue with the assumptions that I'm not gonna be getting much experience or money, considering that I'm gonna be not helping anyone in my way, which cuts content to minimum. So all the side quests and all the rewards is gonna be out of reach for us pretty much. So yeah, cast your votes now in 3, 2, 1. The poll is closed. Thank you for participation. Now, what is the thing that we could do? I could level up to level 3. Right. That's good enough, and I'm gonna do that. Also, talking about leveling, that's something I wanted to mention. In case you don't know, this game is based on D20 system, which is the system that governs D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. So all the tests you do are with D20 dice with 20 sides. So every increment is 5% chance of succeeding or not, and then everything that's above 0, which is non-negative number, is a bonus to your rolls. So if I treat injury, I test it with D20 and get a 5-point bonus to the result. Anyway, skills, still treat injury, persuade, because I can, and we're gonna go still in computer use. Later on, let's say I'm gonna get an advanced class, not to spoil anything, meaning that I'm gonna be able to choose something else. And yeah, by that token, oh, again, a feat. Very well, very nice. That's very useful. I can immediately redeem myself and actually get a feat that could benefit me right now. Demolition and stealth? No, because I don't really need stealth. Persuade, awareness, and treat injury. That's something very useful, I'd say. So I'm gonna take it. Unless I want repair, security, and computer use. So I've got computer use, but not pretty much repair. I'm not putting points in that, or security. All saving throws, and then just combat. So I'm gonna go with that. Even though awareness is useless, persuade and treat injury isn't. Nice. Right, and it's a problem when I picked that blaster proficiency, cause what you can do in this game to just give you some options but not overwhelm you with all of them is you can be a soldier, a scout, or a scoundrel. Soldier is a combat-heavy guy, focused on battle, on hitting enemies, and that has a lot of feats, which also improve his abilities. Scoundrel is the other extreme. He's not that good at combat, but he's very good at skills, so he can interact with the world, open up locks, fix things and shit like that. And the scout, which I am, is sort of a balance between not too good at combat and a little bit better at skills than the soldier. Compared to soldier, maybe that would be more appropriate phrasing. And that's how it looks like. I'm playing something in the middle, because whatever I'm gonna pick, the advanced class later on is gonna screw me over either way, because the advanced classes, we're gonna talk about them then. Hopefully I'll remember. Right. So, even though I'm not gonna be doing side quests, whatever I stumble across, or explore and search for, pretty much, is gonna be fair game. Janitor. Who the fuck talks to janitors? Keep, whatever, picking up dirt off the floor. That's your role here. What's in here? Let's see. It's locked for start. So maybe just blast it open. If you manage to hit the door, do you think you stand close enough to manage? Come on now, do you actually stand too close? Please, don't embarrass yourself. All you need to do is hit the door.
Ready.
Cart, would you like to help? Oh, you've got some security skills.
On it.
That may be even
It's open.
better. Thank you, Cart. Fucking soldier boy. Right, now that I've got access to his stats, let's see. Strength 13, dexterity 16. So we've got... He actually is predisposed to use guns, so I guess we're gonna stick with that for him at least. And that's all. We're not gonna bother with his skills too much. We're just gonna, considering he'll barely get any with intelligence of +1, we're not gonna really worry about what he could be using here for our help. Blaster pistol, Karth blaster pistol, and just blaster pistol. And blaster not now. We already had our share of combat with what is it? Robots is what it is. Very nice. When it comes to role-playing also, twi'lek, no, we still don't care. We still don't care. When it comes to role-playing and being able to read all the dialogues that you have a chance or are able to choose from, maybe, and that's great. Kind of brushed on it before, but I'm kind of forgot what I was going for with it and what it was all about before. So, breaking in some more. What's in your bags? You won't mind until I talk to you, right? Yeah, should I talk to him? I'll talk to him. It's not like he'll give me a quest or something. Yeah, it's fine. It's not a quest. The quest is somewhere else here. But before that, or maybe before finding the actual thing that I'm not supposed to find and get myself into side quests, I want to talk to a guy who sells things. Most of the residents in this rundown apartment are illegal aliens, so I'm here legally, they're not. The Sith, there we go, the Sith, shouldn't be complaining about us. And back in the scene when the Sith attacked the aliens, the Duros, or Duroses, he shoots the Duros dead and goes, yeah, this is how we Sith deal with things. A hardcore, ham-fisted, heavy-handed exposition. Not the best, but I guess since it's PG-13 maybe? It's not PG, it's PEGI-13. Or 12. Whichever interval. I'm gonna go with interval. Whichever interval of age it is, it's considerate in case you're stupid and you need these things to be explained, because after all, this could have been some sort of a bounty hunter or whoever. Anyway, are we pleased to meet you? Again, very binary chess. That's unfortunately the problem with this game. It often pitches you in very light or dark shades or colors instead of letting you operate on the grayscale. Unfortunately, especially since I played this game a lot and the facade of role-playing is long gone. So it's just often it's a chore to just go through discussions, dialogues. I'm gonna go with the second and we're gonna pretend that's not what's actually written there. I'm gonna say, yeah, I didn't really ask.
Look, I know we're trying to keep a low profile, but this kind of attitude will draw attention we don't need.
Kuyami juz chikata na patogaya fulki gokora jiji. Gawanabot atagwa. Kagidora tikun watatimona iabola. Runda di hotonga kun hunkabi. Wanakun bez ching palamule tongking ba nunotek. Tugning
Very high-tech energy shields, you say? What's so great about all those energy shields?
Chubakaha, chopa chawachuish, yunku. Jodo jidbungarantang, takumjus takmiki grabelmogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank, wale oganda naru chuchut. Mogesha ponka, bola wana chikne. Pamule slimo, podadada nanga kumbist, mule rabes.
And I can tell you from experience that they aren't any good at all against a simple vibroblade. That's why the Republic has been training soldiers in hand-to-hand and melee combat.
To be fair, this is a very good explanation about why the fuck are we still running around with swords when the enemy, or pretty much everyone, has guns, and especially laser guns. Also, I did go for questioning instead of just I know everything about it, because he says it's a new tech, so we can pretty much assume that our character doesn't know about that, even though I do know all about the energy shields. Where does this technology come from? Who the fuck cares? If it's common and you can have it, I'll have it, or at least I'll pretend I'll be able to, well, or at least I'll pretend I'll have it. I've heard enough about these shields.
Tong abog sha umninang wanga kumbis keng balemuraya. Johnny yon tunjiji idadwana. Kapapol pa mulji gumana?
Why do we have a kiosk set up in here? Probably because he thinks it's a good business. Do you mention something about illegal aliens living here? We don't care. I want to ask you some questions. I really don't, but we might just see what are the options. We're gonna look into his stock, because I want to draw attention to something that will come up later on. And it's gonna be hilarious, just trust me. Let's see, I want to ask you some questions.
Takumjus takmiki grabelmogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Mogesha ponka bola wana chikne. Pamule slimo podadada nanga kumbist mule rabes. Runda di hotonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tunking ba nunotek. Tukning chatukunde mule rabes.
So let's look at his possessions. What's the word again? Let me see what you've got for sale. Right then, let's see what he's got. Computer spike costs 275 credits for one. A part costs 220. An armor costs from... Oh, there's infinite number of combat suits in his stock, and it's only 55 credits that I could buy for Karth so he doesn't die too easily. But also I've got a good habit of not buying anything from clerks, really, because you can pretty much stumble upon better shit in the wild. So computer spike and parts. Unfortunately, we are too poor to get any of it just now. We'll come back to here later and get that, because that's useful. That's pretty much all. So anyway, computer spike costs 275 credits and a part costs 220. And soon enough, we'll see what we could do about hilarity of these prices and ways people are gonna tempt us to do something against our character, against our quests. We'll see about that. Thanks, dude. Right, so as mentioned, slightly... Oh, yeah. Before we go any further...
On it. It's open.
Perfect.
What?
Again, it's just twi'lek, so we're not gonna talk to her. Anyone who has a name is a potential quest or potential character who talk to us for more than just having a strip of text on the screen, not tying us to any scene where we have to interact or getting into dialogues or having options pretty much. But what I wanted to query you again, see, her name is Dia. So she might just have a quest, but she also might just have some bags and hags. So again, we're not really interested in what she's got to say, but what she's got to say is that she's being stalked, or there's a price on her head one way or the other, and she would like us to fix it for her. What will she give us in return? Nothing really, a gratitude, because she's good, and that's your whole reward when you're good. But you can also work for the other side and kill her. So the deal with her is that her boyfriend or whoever wants to get into her pants was drunk and came at her, and she defended herself with a knife, but the guy is a member of a gang, so he didn't take kindly to it and put a price on her head. And we're supposed to fix it, but we won't, because we've got a jetted to find, ourselves to get the fuck out of the planet, and then save the galaxy. So maybe deal with your own problems, fucking woman. Also, what's the... would be a good reason to think that she's not lying, considering, you know, how women can claim a false rape accusation and get away with it, while men cannot? Really? Yeah, take everything with a grain of salt if you really want money and you're any bit skeptical. Aha! And there it happens. Karth is starting to have moods. Something seems to be bothering Karth. Maybe you should speak to him and see if you can get him to open up a bit. Don't speak to him. You decide to ignore Karth and continue on with your quest for now, though it might be a good idea to speak with him later. Might be a good idea. Well, we'll see about that. Right. Looking around the world, there's again a shop here that we're gonna tackle. Yeah. So let's have another thing dealt with pretty much. There are aliens in the game, and they have stock responses. They're not voicing what they're saying. They've got generic lines that seem like gibberish alien language that you wouldn't be able to pretty much pinpoint in first 3 minutes of them talking. But often the length of their speech isn't really matching the length of the sentence that you could read out yourself. So if you'd like me to read the text instead of them and possibly skip their mumble for the sake of brevity, also let me know. You've got 3 seconds to do that. 2, 1. Thank you for your participation. Alright, the shop then. Again, we really don't have anything to find in the shop.
Hello there. I haven't seen you in my shop before. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kebla Yurt. Welcome to the Equipment Emporium. You looking to buy some supplies? My shop's the largest one in all of Upper Terrace. Best selection on the planet. Whatever you need, I've got. Well, mostly.
Mostly? What do you mean by that?
Of course, why did you ask?
Confiscated all my heavy weapons, and they impounded all my ships and swoop bikes. But I've still got a real nice selection, if you're interested.
Let me see what you've got to say.
Just so you know, the prices on the items are final. No bargaining here. This isn't a swap meet, okay? I only deal in top-notch stuff.
Again, let's see if she's got parts, because that's pretty much the most important thing that would get us anywhere. Permacrete detonator. We don't really need that for anything. Yeah, nothing that would catch my eye. Right. So that's pretty much all there is to the setup of the game. I've got anything technical that I would deal with. There's a cantina here. I don't know if we probably wanna visit anyway, because it's not like there's things to not get there. There are things to avoid there, and it's fine because we're not gonna be getting ourselves into much questing, but explorations is still allowed. Yeah, we're nearing the end of this episode, and before long, we're gonna discuss. Right, Kebla Yurt, her name was. You'll notice that in Star Wars, pretty much, or especially in this game, in Star Wars, pretty much, it's very common for the characters to have 1-syllable name and 1-syllable last name or surname. The 3 syllables like the top. See, Karth Onasi, Kebla Yurt, Dia there in the apartment, the janitor's name, and the names go on, and you'll see that Niklos, see, another dude with just 2 syllables, Garuk. This woman, we're not gonna talk to her because she's a fucking stranger, and why would we bother? What her deal is that she pretends, well, she doesn't really care about you, but she's kind of interested, and she says if you win enough Pazak games, she'll treat you like you deserve it, or something like that. Pretty much she'll be interested in you, and you know, you'll be famous and rich by then, so she'll definitely fuck you. But if you agree to buy her a drink, she'll move over to this noble and pretend like she doesn't know you. So we're not gonna talk to her. We're gonna talk to Garuk to get our Pazak then, and I'm gonna have a play at minigames at least once, and then you can again tell me with the audience interaction if you'd like me to actually participate in minigames or not, because that's also a time spender, and there are, you know, things to be said or not.
You interested in buying the Pazak deck of an old man looking to get out of the gambling game? Just 50 credits and I'll sell you all my cards. I'll even throw in a free lesson to boot. It's a great deal, if you can afford it.
Fortunately we can. And yeah, that's all we really care about. Sure, I'll buy you a deck.
You're interested in the grand old game. The rules are pretty simple. Here, I'll load them up into your data pad so you can check them out anytime you want. Good luck. I hope the game's as good to you as it was to me. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
No, I know how to play Pazak. I'll explain it in just a moment. And I don't care about your personal life.
No sense in a youngster like you wasting your days away with an old man in a dingy bar. But if you ever want to chat, you know where to find me.
Just like old men do, stand around waiting for someone to chat to them. And this is our little master of Pazak, locally at least. We're gonna have a go at him, just to at least see if we can win. If not, we'll just save scum. If yes, it will end up being in the episode. And that'll be pretty much the end for now.
What do you want? Have you come here just to bother me, or do you wish to test yourself against the best Pazak player on Taurus?
It's very funny. Also, he's a space Russian. Let's play.
I'm going to enjoy relieving you of your credits almost as much as I'm going to enjoy humiliating you.
Of course, you can bet. You select your deck out of cards you can buy individually, and then you play the game. It's pretty much... what's the cards game name? You have to collect 20 points, and the yellow cards are the random cards drawn from the deck. These are your cards, these are his cards. You need to win 3 times before he does. You can end turn or stand. And the biggest deal is it's the best if you have lower score from random cards than the enemy, because then they'll be forced to either spend their card earlier or decide whether they want to play or not, and then you'll know how much points you'll have to score to win. But also you're always first, so it's rarely the situation where you're in the luxury of being the one knowing what the score to beat is. See, again, I've got 8, he's got 2. So again, I'm gonna get 6. Oh, perfect. Those are the best draws. Almost 1, that's going very well. 1, we can, see, he's got 1 just to fuck with us. Because it's only semi-random. There's always a chance for us to be fucked over. Because that's the nature of the game. 15 to 16, and we're fucked. He's got a score, we can still win this. It's 11 to 8 again. And we're fucked over again. Because we don't have appropriate cards for now. It's already 10 to 15. He can still fuck up. Yep. Is this enough for him? It's enough for him, and it's perfectly 20 for us. That's the luxury of knowing what the score is to beat.
You
score to beat
lucky
is.
to win the last match, but luck is no substitute for skill in Pazak. If you are foolish enough to play me again, I won't repeat the mistake of underestimating you.
So pretty much this is it. That'll be the end of this episode. See you next time. You tell me whether I should play another round with him, whether I should play 3 rounds with him in total, for you to see him calling you or us or me a cheater, sort of breaking the fourth wall, because there are things to say about that and it's kind of interesting. But it's your choice now. Do you want to see more minigames or do you not want to see any more minigames? Try, stay tuned. RPG, you need more of that, and so do I.